Hi, tech hosting friends. Heather Levitt Martinez here. It is Casual Friday, and I'm completely going off script. And the main reason being is because I feel pretty inspired about talking. Why is it always about the little things? Why is it the little things that trip us up, trip us out, that just do this to us? Okay, so today I got an email, and it was while I was in another session learning about some things, and I had my whole day planned, and this kind of just like threw me off a little bit, but it was someone who needed my help, and I love a good challenge. And this person was emailing me telling me what was going on, and I thought, oh, this is really strange, it should be this or this, but she couldn't fix it. So I jumped on a quick Zoom call with her, and it didn't take very long. I think we spent more time just chatting. But I'd love for you, if you're watching this right now, I want to show you a couple of little things that we did. I'll tell you what happened and what we did to fix it. And it was just so bizarre. So I want you to try this out. And knowing some of your Zoom settings will never hurt. So what I'd like you to do is, if you have Zoom, go ahead and open it right now. Open up your personal account. I'm looking for my icon so that I can give you a little bit of room. So your personal meeting ID, go ahead and just open that one up, or start a new one. And what I'd like you to do is open that up, do a little bit of screen real estate management, like I like to say at Tech Host Academy, and put your Zoom screen on one side and put the YouTube screen on the other, and follow me through these next steps. All right. If you need to pause this and go open it up, that's fine. But what you're going to do is you're going to click the little caret, that little up triangle next to stop video, and go to video settings. And from here, under video, there's just a few things that need to be checked. And let me tell you a little bit what was happening for this particular friend of mine. She's getting ready to teach a class on painting flowers, and she was showing me what was happening. There was all this lag happening, both in just her Zoom screen, but also the way that she was hooking up her document camera. And I didn't know this particular document camera, so I was a little like, oh, I can't guarantee that it's not the camera. But right away, I could tell that even on her screen this way, she was lagging. And so we did a couple of tests. What I like to do is put people through some vitals. First, I'll say, go to fast.com. And I like that one because it doesn't have a bunch of stuff around it. You can easily check it again and again and again. And we figured out that she was having a little bit of bursting, but not a lot. And that having a couple of extra apps on her machine might be slowing that down a little bit. So just a couple of key things to remember. Do a fresh restart and make sure that you have as least number of programs open as possible. And then I had her connect her camera a couple of different ways. And we tried it where it was just replacing the webcam, the integrated webcam that you see here, with her document camera. We tried it by going through Visualizer. And then we tried it just by going to share screen, advanced, and then second camera. And that seemed to work okay, a little bit better. But then we went back into these settings. So you should be in video settings by now. And under camera, it's going to show which camera you're using. I'm on a Mac, so it says FaceTime HD camera. You Mac users probably see something similar, something that's a built-in camera. And then you're going to want original ratio and HD checked. As soon as we hit that HD, she went from looking like a posterized piece of art to a person, right? So there was a little bit more detail. That was helpful. Now, for those of you who might be a little self-conscious about your appearance, you can click touch up appearance. Don't go crazy. I only go over about a quarter of the way. It gets rid of some of these little wrinkles here. And then I do adjust for low light. And it's only because it doesn't always happen to me because I've got pretty good lighting, but I do click adjust for low light and I keep that on auto. Now, for the most part, the rest of those things there aren't that big of a deal. Totally depends on what you want. I do have always show video preview dialogue when joining a video meeting. I think that's just a good thing for me to know that which camera is showing when I show up. So is it me? Is it my desk cam? I have a couple of other different programs that are coming on. And I also have see myself as the active speaker while speaking. And I just have that on there because that active speaker is going to pop me up forward, and it might even put a green a box around. And what that does is it helps me know what's going to be in the recording. So it's not that I'm vain. That's just why. And then you can also change the maximum participants displayed per screen in gallery view. And I have mine all the way up to 49. And some people ask me, well, I can only see so many people. This is the setting that you look at. Now, below that, you're going to go to advanced. Now, in advanced, I would recommend that you have both of these checked, and that is optimize video quality with denoise and use hardware acceleration for receiving video. And we checked both of those things, so that was really good. I'm going to just take a few screenshots here so that I can overlay this when I'm teaching this to my class. And so that was pretty much those particular settings. And I just wanted to let you all know that that really helped with some of those lagging. A few other things to consider is that look at that speed. Now, I talked about bursting. What that means is that your router or modem is really trying to push out a signal, and your computer isn't always grabbing it, or when it does grab it, it's coming in these bursts. Now, why does that happen? It could be because something's failing. It could be because there's something interfering with what's going on with that router or modem. So if that router or modem is like 2 rooms away with a bathroom and a kitchen and a microwave in between, that could actually cause some bursting, even microwaves. So tell everybody when you go to teach online, or if you're online and you have to have a little bit more bandwidth, no streaming and no using the microwave. So one of the things that I did to help increase mine, the first thing you do is you call your internet service provider and you ask them, am I getting the highest speed for what I'm paying for? So do that. And so I did that, and they said yes. I said, well, I'm having this bursting issue. So they came out and they tested it. They looked around my house. They were checking to see were there any other outlets in my house that I could plug into. No, my modem could only be that far away. And so I created I purchased what's called a mesh system, but I only have one satellite piece, and it is in the same room as my computer. In fact, it's 2 inches away from my computer. And that boosted my signal from being 2G to 5G. Now, that may not be possible for all of your internet service providers, depending on where you live, but I just wanted to give you that tip. And yes, it did cost a pretty penny to get that mesh system, but now I am over 200 megabytes per second all the time, guaranteed, and usually around 300 or 400. So just wanted to throw that out there. And I was running at about 100 before. So it was totally worth that investment. So just wanted to jump on today and give you a couple of quick tips. Feel free to put any questions that you have, especially if you have any tech questions. I'd love to answer them here or in Tech Host Academy. We do hold a monthly sandbox and live Q&A session where I dive deep into the practices of being a tech host and what that means, because we do more than just let people in the room and turn on the lights in the Zoom room. We actually help